You haven't heard of Manaus? Then you haven't explored the Amazon River. It's the 7th largest city in Brazil with a population of 2.2 million. Founded in 1669, it is one of the oldest cities in South America. It's located 1,000 miles west of the river's mouth. There are no roads that lead to Manaus, which means you can only get there by boat or airplane. The most famous building in Manaus is the Amazonas Opera House, completed in 1896, with bricks, glass, and marble brought from Europe. This gorgeous theater was built at the height of the rubber boom, when Manaus was known as Paris of the Tropics. My favorite story of the Opera House occurred in 2008 when Roger Waters of Pink Floyd fame wrote an opera, It Will Be All Right. He brought the opera to a packed house and spoke on stage before it was performed. In the late 1800s, Manaus was one of the wealthiest cities in the world due to the explosive success of rubber. The Amazon was the only place in the world where the rubber tree grew, and increasing demand led to the rubber boom. England had long had the idea of starting its own rubber plantations in colonies of Southeast Asia. In steps Henry Wickman. He collected rubber seeds from commercial rubber groves. It would have been odd for a British expat to collect seeds without local authorities knowing about it. Actually, he had the permission of the rubber grove operators. He declared 70,000 seeds as academic specimens. Those seeds started cultivation in British colonies in Southeast Asia. There was no law forbidding the export of seeds, but there was a requirement for an export license, which Wickman obtained under false pretenses. In Brazil, Wickman is labeled as a bio-pirate for his role in smuggling the rubber seeds that broke the South American monopoly. We had lunch at Coteria Artesanato, a high-end restaurant not far from the Amazonas Opera House. The building was old but impeccably kept. The staff was pleasant to look at with engaging smiles and enthusiasm. The customers were immaculately dressed as if they were meeting the mayor. It was typical Manaus food, but done with a bit more style. This is the Palacio da Justica Cultural Center. It's a gold-toned mansion that was originally built for German rubber baron Vladimir Schultz at the turn of the 20th century. For many years after, it became the governor's mansion and state capitol building. In 1997, the building was again repurposed into a cultural center, and in addition to tours, the building now hosts temporary art exhibits and concerts. Yes, Manaus is wired to the hilt, like I've never seen before. Manaus has beautiful historical buildings and new high-rises. But one thing is certain, after about 4 years, the concrete turns an ugly black from mold. It is wet 100% of the time, so how could you expect anything different? The Mercado Adolfo Lisboa, founded in 1882, is the city's oldest marketplace, trading in fruit, vegetables, and especially fish. I was warned not to take my camera, but I wish I had. The market is huge, perhaps 3 square blocks, packed with fruits, vegetables, medicine, meats, and fish. It is noisy, bursting with color and movement. What you see here is a market right next door. It is much more quiet and seems to cater to tourists, even though I didn't see many there.
Have one sensation is very different, cause numbness in your tongue. The numbness is caused because for the jambu. Jambu is one herbal. This herbal causes this. I'd like to try it. Oh, in Brazil, we have this traditional prank of the year. This magic box.
What's your name?
Darlison Trindade. Darlison.
And you're here from Manaus?
Yeah, I'm from Manaus. I live in here.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Obrigado.
Obrigado.
If you like fish, then you would love Manaus. There is fried fish, broiled fish, baked fish, and braised fish. You might not find fish for breakfast, but you would certainly have it for lunch and dinner. The Amazon is the world's largest river, so you can imagine that fish is the prime source of protein. At the Mercado Adolfo Lisboa market, the area selling fish is twice the size of all the other meats combined. When you drive down the streets of Manaus, this is typical of what you'll see. Small shops lining the street and living spaces to either side. There were always people moving fast or talking in groups. Not once did I feel threatened or nervous about hiding my camera. I just wish I'd had enough time to have a beer at a local bar. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you'll be alerted when we continue our trip down the Amazon River.